All right, everyone, we are here with a very special guest. We are joined by Kennedy Eurich, internet personality, content creator, and now we just found out
Perhaps a leader of influence.
Leader of influence is in question.
Yeah, that's a title you're waiting to tack on.
Yeah, if you guys think it fits, then I'll take it. But like, I'm not trying to proclaim anything that people are gonna get pissed off and be like, you're the last leader of influence that we're referring to. So that's up for grabs.
Leaders of de-influence.
Yeah.
What's the opposite of influence?
Probably de-influence. Like everything you shouldn't do. Sometimes I'll get DMs that are like, hey, can you give me advice on XYZ? And I'm like, are you sure?
I think that all the time.
All the time.
You know what I mean? All the time.
I was doing a stream last night and somebody wrote in and was like, hey, my auntie and uncle are fighting about my grandma's will.
Oh, no.
And like she's still alive and I just don't know how to tackle this while she's still here. And I was like, I honestly looked at the camera, I was like,
Talk to a lawyer.
I gotta be honest, I have no business giving advice for this.
And like legal advice, anything like that. Like you don't want my advice on family matters. Like my dad pissed me off all the time, and like trust me, I'm the last person you want to come to.
Absolutely. And I was like, and then I went into a whole spiel. I was like, everybody's got family issues. If you don't, God bless, but we all do. I was like, I do not know what advice to give this woman right now. I hope she figures it out for her auntie and uncle.
Should I stay with my boyfriend? Like he cheated on me. First of all, like I'm a man hater fully. Like your man could do nothing, and I'd be like, break up with him. Yeah, break up with him. Let alone you're giving me reasons to hate your man and being like, I just don't know what to do. Like if you have to ask a random person online what you need to do about your man, it's already over.
Bad.
It's
bad.
It's
if
a
you're
losing
even
game.
thinking about it, you took the step to ask somebody,
and especially someone you don't know, it's not looking good. No. It ain't looking good.
No.
I feel bad when people ask me all the time like things to do around New York, and I'm like, I go to the same like 4 places. Like I don't have like that in my. I don't have my list ready. Some people do, which is great. They're like, oh my God, I have my list for you, and they have it. For me, I always feel so bad. They're like, I'm coming for a couple of days. Where should I go? I'm like, I have no
People
clue.
will
where
come
to
to Austin and be like, can you give me like Rex? I'm like, girl, I go to the same. Also, I have like the taste palette of a legit 6-year-old. You do not want my recommendations. I'm like,
don't go to the restaurants.
I'm like,
I
I
go
actually
to.
love the McDonald's on Airport Boulevard, and like they're like. And plus, too, I feel like people are so, I'm not sure people are like this about New York, but like people are so protective over Austin.
Yeah.
And like everything about like, even people like give recommendations. People are like, that's a shit place, or you can tell that you just moved here. Then I'm like, you will never catch me with a 10-foot pole being like, you need to try this. Come with me to find the best taco in Austin, Texas. Because God knows I don't know the best taco in Austin, Texas.
Right, and if you go to the wrong place, they're like, how dare you like the wrong place?
Exactly, that I'm like, I don't want nothing to do with it. You don't want my recommendation. Every once in a while, I'll be like, oh my God, I love this place, or this is like a great drink. But you will not find me giving
They're like that with barbecue down
and then
there.
someone's in the comments being like, that place is fucking horrible. Why would you ever say that's good? You're like, well, I enjoyed my time.
I'm like,
actually
sorry, I
thought it
have
was
such
really
a shit taste. You know what I mean? Like
every time we tried, I feel like anytime we went to a barbecue place, like we'd be like, what barbecue should we go to? And the DMs people would be fighting.
We went to the wrong one.
Go to this one. Go to that one. Don't go to this
you
one.
go to Terry
We went to
Black's
that
and they're like, you should have went to Franklin's. Are you fucking stupid? You're like,
when we went to Terry Black's and we felt like idiots.
Yeah,
everyone was like,
and then the line's
place.
crazy. I'm not a barbecue girl in general, but like the Terry, I can't get behind like waiting in line for hours. I can't get in line. Waiting, period. When people post themselves waiting in lines for hours, I'm like, are you actually mental?
I talked about this with my friends recently.
Thank you.
It's a disease. Being able to stand in a line, and even like an event, like popping up to an event and there's a line, I'm like, do I need to be here right
concert,
now? I don't know.
Or a concert. We talked about concerts recently. I can't do the concert line.
That's why I showed up. I remember I like got borderline not canceled, but like people were pissed. I went to the Taylor Swift concert, and I showed up like right as she started, like playing Cruel Summer, and people were literally so pissed. They're like, you didn't get there early. I'm like, I got to walk right in.
Yeah.
You guys all sat in line for hours trying to get into this damn place, I got to walk in, get a drink, and yeah, sure, I kind of missed the beginning of Cruel Summer. Okay, yeah, that part blows. But guess what? I didn't have to wait in line. Like, you guys got there 3 hours early, and for what? To sit around and stare at each other?
Yeah.
Not my thing.
And then like then nobody wants to get up to go to the bathroom. We were just talking about it because I was explaining to Rhea about what like Harry Styles doing all the shows at MSG. They have like a set time that you can even start to line up for the floor, and you have to line up at a certain time, but like fans band together. So if you're there early, like they start the line already.
Oh, they do like the fans create their own.
The fans create their own line, and then when the real line starts,
yes, because
if you break out of that line, it's pandemonium.
She just told me about this, and I genuinely live stunned. I was like, "You're telling me that they are like someone's a leader of influence?"
Yeah, no, it is a leader. It's like the fan club leader.
The leader of fan club, and they're like, "No, this person was here first," and they have numbers that they have to write down.
No, they do.
Who's
They keep
following
track
the
of it.
rule? What made you?
I would have been like,
you in
fuck
charge?
you. I do what I want. I think it was for, I don't know if it was for Billie Eilish, but was she even on tour recently? I don't even know.
Yeah, they did it
was
for
she?
yeah,
Because
like
I remember
enough.
there being
Yeah.
stuff in Austin, like, but this was more recent. I swear to God, it was like within like the last 6 months or so where people were like Moody Center was like, we are not validating this fan bullshit. Like, this is actual bullshit. Like,
right,
you guys can't just like decide like,
no,
hey,
the
listen,
venues then say, they're like, hey, if you show up and you want to get into line, like, you can.
like you can. And so people were pissed and were like, well, then they did it anyways. And then people were like, we just told you this doesn't mean anything to us. This isn't official. Like, you can't, just because you claim you're the official thing, like, you can't decide this stuff. That's what gets me. I'm like, dude, especially people, like, they get on a power trip. Yeah. And I don't fuck with the power trip.
Yeah.
Even like the second when I'm like in line at a bar, like that's why I will never you'll never catch me like going to the front of the bar trying to get in a line. I will be waiting in that line because I'll be damned if someone's on a power trip up there, then I'm trying to get in and they have to hit me and humble me. I don't need a humbling for free. I don't need that.
And then they get online. And then they get online. They say we saw Ken Eurich get
that's
denied at the front.
If someone were to see me show up to the front of the line and get turned my ass back around,
that's why I wait in every line at every bar. I'm like,
of course. I ain't trying to pull that.
Yeah, when we talked about not waiting in lines, it was more just about like of absurd things.
No. Like that it's fully like you. No.
You can have control.
There's
but
a
we'll wait in
difference.
lines for bars and places to get into because
a bar I'll wait in line. A restaurant though, and when my friend the other night, I was like, respectfully, you're lucky I like you because she had a birthday dinner and she was like, oh, we're going to Mount El Rancho. It's this place in Austin. It's like, it's famous, but at what cost? I don't know why people are obsessed with it. It's like a cool vibe, but we waited for 2 hours to get seated before dinner, and I was looking at her this whole time, and I'm like, oh, we're still not seated yet. She's like, yep, not yet. And I'm like, do you like the food? She's like, no, the food kind of is not that good. I'm like, why
are we doing this?
We here right now?
It's the vibe.
There's a
bar
in the. No.
I'm like, nothing a vibe for me for 2 hours. Ain't nothing. We're like sitting there getting trampled at the bar. Like people are like hitting you from behind. I'm like, no, is this worth it?
My vibe is better at home.
My
vibe would be better
you
on
next
my
time
house.
call me when the table's ready.
There's a bar in the Seaport that's like that. That's like, it's so crazy every afternoon. Everybody lines up to go. And it's fun, but it's like my husband was trying to meet like his buddies that were there the other weekend, and he sends me a picture of this line. He goes, I'm embarrassed I'm about to like get into this line. And I was like, Joe, you can't wait in the line. And he was like, I waited for 10 minutes, it didn't move, and then I left. Like I was like, I can't do this. Like I don't care how fun it is in there.
And
it was
if your
2
friends
p.m.
are
in the
already in
afternoon,
there,
and there was like 100 people online.
I don't know if anything's that fun.
You know what I love?
Like,
I love
I'm someone
asking
who's
people
like,
what they're in line
I'll
for.
create
And
my own fun.
If you're in there, if you're waiting in line for that long, chances are by the time you get in there, it's gonna be a goddamn
over.
zoo anyways, and you're like getting pushed back. There's
You
this place
missed all
called
the fun
Chalmers, and it's the
moments.
same thing. It's like you wait in line on game days for so long, and then you get in there and you're like, I can't get a drink. I'm sweating. It's 95 degrees in Texas. Like there's nothing that was fun. The line gives you this false idea, this false sense.
Yeah.
She knows. Like, yep, I agree.
She knows.
Yeah. You know, at the end of the day, it's about what you're going to bring, right? You can go make the fun somewhere else.
Like I could go sit at a bar where I can actually like seat and have a breath.
Yeah.
And that's fun for me.
Right. Like,
and so I'll talk to my same 3 people. Like I don't need to be.
Yeah.
I'm not like the queen of socialization either. You know.
Yeah.
I don't need
I'm
to go
my
to a
own
bar.
entertainment.
No.
Same. That I'm like, now I'm getting forced to talk to a bunch of people that are friends of friends because we met up with this big group of people, and I'm like making small talk, and it's hot and it's miserable. I'm like, this is anti-flow state.
Yeah.
This is the antithesis of my flow state right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I had an era where I did it a lot, like as a super fan of many things, like
you did.
like waiting for like a Today Show performance
No.
or some sort of meet and greet. Like I did it for a long time.
You've done it.
I
You're like-
got. Let me tell you, Justin Bieber for his Christmas album. This had to have been 2009, 10.
You're an OG then.
Yeah, and
dedication.
And 2010 maybe. And like I made my mom get me and 2 of my friends a janky Times Square hotel room just so we could like put our stuff down for 2 seconds and then leave at 3 a.m. to go get into the line for the show.
Were you close in line or no? Were there girls that were even more dedicated? They were there.
Oh, they camp out for days.
That's what I was gonna
You
say.
think you're
Like, I'm
dedicated
happy
to
with
someone
being
more
more
dedicated than
dedicated.
you.
You're
It's-
never the first person in the
Never.
line.
Even if you
never.
think you are, that's the kills
Yeah.
me. No, I
You're
can't do that. I'm
never
like,
the
I just
first
don't have it in
person
me
in line.
because I'm like miserable. I know where my like threshold is. And I have a very short one. You know what I mean? Like there's a little bit, and then I'm like, I'm so over this. Like I would rather do anything else. Even at a concert, like I showed up late to a Justin Bieber concert a couple years ago. I'll never forget this because I'm like, it takes forever for the people to come out. The openers take forever. Even when you think the concert's starting, it just seems to never start.
Yeah.
Me and my friend go. We get drinks. We're having a good time. We show up to the concert, dead ass. Hear like the last 2 songs. Lights go on. Everything comes up, and I'm like,
It's over.
I literally go, wait. And we asked people behind us, they're like, no, it's like over. And we were like, wait, but, and they were like, no, like, babe, he's been out for hours now. And I was like, wait, he was like probably the only person I've ever seen actually be on time.
Yeah.
That's how you know he was over the shit. If he's like on
right,
time,
right.
wrapping up on time, he's over it.
Right, he's
Lights
like,
are
let's just
on.
get this started so we can get this over with.
Yep,
Come on,
yep,
let's
yep,
get going.
yep.
So you are in Austin, but
Yes.
you're originally from Pennsylvania?
Yep. I'm originally from, I say outside of Pittsburgh, but like, I am like 40 minutes outside of Pittsburgh. I like, people can't put it on the maps. I'm like, oh, I'm from Pittsburgh. And then they're like, well, what borough? I'm like, okay, so I'm actually not from Pittsburgh. Like,
I like to be honest here.
How long did you live there for? Like
21 years. I like legit never left until I left.
Until you fully left.
Until I fully left. Like I went to community college too. My parents were like, we're not paying for college. Like we're not doing this. We can go to community. So I went to community. And then by the time it was time for me to transfer to like a 4-year university, I had like gone to manager a couple months before. And it was like, I was like, dude, I'm never gonna make this much money. I was going for communications. Like I was like, dude, I'm not going to school to be a doctor. I'm not going to school for anything crazy. Odds are, like, I just need to take this opportunity. And at least now, if I do this, I can afford to actually pay for the college and not be in debt forever. So I kind of just took a chance. And then I still had signed a lease, so I had to live at the campus. It was kind of awkward, like, because I never went to school there. So then I just, like, lived on this college campus for, like, 4 or 5 months with, like, luckily I did have friends there. And then I remember, like, when I decided I was moving, like, one of my friends was low-key pissed and was like, you're not re-signing your lease. I was like, girl, why would I? I'm not going to school here. Like, and it's not like I'm, like, I was in the city or it was legit. It was this place called Slippery Rock. We had one bar that was, like, the college bar. That was it. There was no reason for me to be there. And I kind of I knew people in Austin and they were like, you should just move to Austin. So I got an Airbnb. And then once I went to Austin, I just never came home. I called my parents, were like, hey, someone's going to be there to like come pick up my car. My mom was like crying. My mom was like, well, my mom always has so much anxiety. She's like, well, what are you going to do? Like, what happens when you need to go to the doctor? Yeah. Okay, you find a doctor? Like, what are you talking about? But like, she was like instilling this like
comforts of home.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so funny.
But then I've been there ever since and it's good. It's just like 4 years in Austin is a long time.
Yeah, because you see yourself living somewhere else? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, because I'm like, I feel like I need like something to jumpstart like a second coming of me. You know what I mean? I feel like it's you start to feel like, okay, like I've seen all the same shit. Like Austin is a small town. Like I should not be able to go to the bars and be like, I know way too many of y'all in here right now. And I don't even know you. It's just that I know your face.
Know your face.
Because you always went to the same place.
Totally.
Like how often do you guys have that
scene.
happen in New York?
Honestly, it's like sometimes often, like because you do end up falling into the same patterns as
I'm a
other
creature of
people.
habit.
Yeah, like you're like, oh shit, you also love going to this place at 6 o'clock on, like you're like, we love to do the same things at the same time. But the days when we're like, let's change it up and go somewhere, I'm like, who are these people?
Right. Like there's I feel like there's so many parts of New York where you can escape seeing the same people.
But then like if you like the same things,
but if
you're most likely seeing the same people.
Yeah.
Like there was this bar that I feel like I lived at called Latchkey. Like loved that. Like that was my favorite place ever. Best DJ. Well, now I go back there for like the love of the game, for the nostalgia purposes. But then it's like there was one point when I went there and like every week you just like see the same people and you'd be like, hey, like we don't know each other, but we know each other. Now though, every time I show up there, I'm like, who the fuck are all these people? I don't know any of these people in here right now. Like this had to switch up.
Yeah, and you're like, oh wait, everyone like grew up and stopped coming here.
And my loser ass is still like this year right now. I'm like,
going to other bars
with a couple of bars that I really loved in like Hoboken and Jersey City, and we would go every single weekend. And then at one point last year, we went one weekend and we looked around and everyone just started looking a lot younger.
Yeah, you're
and
like,
I was I think we got to go uptown. I was like, I think we got to change the location.
When
now.
you look around and everyone's like legit 12, that's when you know.
Yeah.
That's when you know. Like there's
and it shows in the boys so much more.
So
like
much.
boys like look so much younger, and you're like, I'm sorry, are you even able to be here?
And when you can just tell like also like by how drunk people are getting that you're like, wait, I'm down this rabbit hole. Especially like there's like this like street in Austin that I feel like West. It's like you go and it's either very young people like 21, barely 21, crowd, and you're like, oh, y'all are getting fucked up, y'all are having fun, or it's like old men that are kind of, I mean, not that old, but like 35, where it's like, oh, you're predators. You know what I mean? It's like the young girls, the young, really young people, and there's predators.
You're
there's
divorced,
no in between.
and and you're now looking for your prey.
like
you got prey in your
21-year-old.
head, and like you're preying on a 21-year-old tonight. Like so, it's like it's all around. It's like I'm too aware to be
you're
here.
right. It is that big jump.
It's huge.
Now, what inspires you to start posting in the first place? Because I feel like you got extremely popular in like 2021. I would say was like the big year that you really started popping off. But what made you start posting?
Literally nothing. I think I was bored because I started posting during COVID. And I had always loved people like Tana Mojo, stuff like that. Like I'd always, and like growing up, I played lacrosse and girls would be like, I remember being like a freshman and the senior girls being like, you need to start YouTube videos, because I would tell them stories and I'd be going on and they're like, you need to like have an outlet to do this, right? And so during COVID, I think it was just like short-term, like content, short-form content was like kind of popping off. And it was at the time where TikTok was still so cringe. Like if you were posting on TikTok, it was kind of like, and it was like people still, doing the dances.
I was trying to dance on there at some point.
That's when I figured out I was
on those
actually
videos.
like mid-looking. You know what I mean? Like growing up in a small town, I think you think you're better looking than you are. And then I would like post lip syncs being like, this is about to pop the fuck up. No likes. And I'd be like, oh wait, damn, I'm not. Okay, I'm not trying as good looking as I thought.
And I literally was like, post myself.
I'm actually scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah,
in the
like
real
I thought
world,
I was gonna get like famous for being pretty on there,
Same.
and then I was like, wait.
I was sipping that Kool-Aid.
No, I was like, wait, I have to talk. It's like people need to hear my
Then when I
personality.
started talking, all of a sudden it was working for me. I was like, oh, so I'm actually more than a pretty face.
Right, you're like, it's actually, I'm the whole package. That's what it is.
That's what it is. People really didn't expect that from me, and so
it must just not. It's just not the looks.
it wasn't the looks. Like I guess I got more to offer, And like, that's why like anytime anyone's like, even that's why I know people like haven't been around. If anyone ever like makes any comment about like, oh, it was easier for you to get popular because like you're good looking. I'm like, trust me, I wasn't that good looking because I was trying the whole. And it wasn't working. Okay, it was not working for me. But like I started posting and I was kind of using it as a diary and like unhinged. Like sometimes I look back at the shit I was posting, even 2-3 years ago, and I'm like, that was not me.
So funny though. Like,
but so funny. Like I have a respect for it because I was like, what do I have to lose? Now it's kind of like, now that it's like, it's become a job, there's kind of a little more, you have to be a little more careful with what you say. I was just getting on there talking about whatever.
You shared everything.
I was like posting me crying about men. Oh my God. Like guys, I get sick to my actual goddamn stomach when I think about it. Like the amount of men that I would like cry about on there and be like, fuck this guy.
But I always like really appreciated
so
you
did I.
airing them out like that. Like I was like, you know what? She's putting them out there and she's not afraid to do it.
No, I wasn't.
And also it would be like, well, they're back and they're broken up and they're back. And
right.
And let me tell you, I fell
It
into
was
that
humiliation
trap,
rituals. I do live humiliation rituals.
So I
every
saw him at
single
the bar and
He came home with
I
me.
don't know, we're back together.
And now I'm on his boat today. Well, I
Yeah.
always tell like every man that I'm with, like even my current boyfriend, I'm like, listen, I am laying down the law now. You know what I do.
Yeah.
You don't act surprised. You know what I do. I had this talk with like every boyfriend. If you do me dirty, I promise you, especially like if I'm like publicly posting you, you will be aired out, no question. Like if you cheat on me, if anything like this, if you think for a second I'm gonna be like one of those people that are like, we mutually decided that this was what was best for us, you're going down.
Yeah.
Like trust me, like I will be posting the screenshots. I will be posting.
Yeah.
And so like I scare them, but then sometimes they still act up and I'm like, you have a complete, like, I don't know where you're like testing my limits and they're like, whoa, I can't believe she told on me.
Yeah.
I was like, I warned you. I don't know
literally
what
told
couldn't
you.
have been more
Yeah.
clear. Like it's not a threat, but it's like, you know what I do.
yeah.
And
It's all there.
It's all there. And if one day that you're like not in my content anymore, and then of course, the haters are gonna be like, well, it's obviously her fault. She did something wrong. I'm like, oh, I ain't getting blamed for this. The man's a cheater. I'm sorry. You're going down first. Like, I'm not saving anybody.
I love you and your boyfriend together. You guys are so funny.
Seriously.
It cracks me up.
He's my man. Like, I hated him at first, which I feel like maybe that's the way. Did you guys ever hate your husband? Are you like married or just engaged?
We're both married.
Oh, you're both like married.
We're
married.
both married.
So
yes.
how long did you guys have that like kind of thing where you ever hated your husband at first? No, it was like love at first sight.
No, unfortunately, no.
That must be nice.
No, I really did. I'm obsessed with him.
That's how I feel about my man now.
Yeah.
But like when I first met him, like that was like the first guy. I kept on hanging out with him, and I was like, usually I'm the type of person like I know within 5 minutes if I like you.
I will say though, like me and my husband, like we were like we both worked here and we were friends, and like
you keep it in the company. You still work here?
Yeah.
You see my work, you're like, hey.
Yeah. Oh,
They sit across from each other.
We sit across
No,
from each
shut
other.
up, really?
Right
Oh,
at
that's
each
so
other.
sweet.
Yeah, and like so we were friends for a while. So like it wasn't like romantic until it turned. You know what I mean?
Then next thing you know, you're fucking your coworkers.
Yeah.
I always
Listen,
wanted to work an
listen.
office job because I just felt like that. Like I would like have to have. I feel like it's impossible not to crush on a worker. You know what I mean? Like on a coworker.
Yeah. Well.
Next thing you know,
Then you end up married.
then next thing you know, you're like the wedding. Did you have did like a lot of like Barstool people come to the wedding?
They did.
There
Yeah.
was a pretty good
It was a
amount,
pretty
yeah.
good amount, but I would say probably like I had it was like almost 300 people in general. So like
damn.
Yeah,
the
big
Barstool people
families.
actually almost seemed like a small part of it
Are
because
you guys both from New York?
yeah, both from Long Island.
you-
Yeah.
New Jersey.
Damn
Close.
beef.
Yeah.
No,
now
I
we
always make
swapped,
up that beef
yeah.
in my head. I'm always like New Jersey.
No,
New York,
I
New
mean,
Jersey.
listen,
Yeah, I know.
growing up, like being from Long Island, it was always like, no, we're not New Jersey, and then New Jersey felt the same way. But now I live in Jersey, So
Yeah, you live in
And we like
Jersey
swapped.
City. Yeah.
Is Hoboken in New Jersey?
Hoboken, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry, keep going. You hated Bobby at first.
Hated him. Like, he just wasn't sitting right with me. Like, I think because our sense of humors are like, we're so similar that it's like we were, I think, butting heads a lot in the beginning where like he would tell me joke. Like, I would like not really care because at this point I'd like written off men. I'm like, I don't fuck with boys in general. Like, so I kind of had like written off and like I would like have him over whenever I was bored just so I could talk to somebody and then talk about me for like 30 minutes. And then he'd be like, okay, she can ask me anything. Then he would like say a joke that like I found was offensive. Like he would love making jokes about like, I would like be ordering Wendy's. He was like a health nut.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Oh, no.
I'm not.
Oh,
I'd be
no, me
ordering
either.
Wendy's chicken nuggets and then ordering like cheese sauce on the side.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, what the fuck, bro? Like you eat that shit?
Oh,
See,
we're
that's-
not health nuts either. We love food.
Shit
We
pisses
love
me off,
fast
so don't talk about
food.
what I'm eating.
Yeah.
I actually like. I know when people are like, "What's your love language?" and you're like, whatever it is, gifts and physical touch. I'm like, food. Like if you like disagree with me on food, we're gonna have a
Yeah.
problem.
That-
Like,
I mean,
if you're gonna go out to a restaurant with me and you don't want to like split appetizers and like share
Order a
and
bunch
like
of
and get
shit.
dessert, like if you're gonna be like, no, I'd be like,
That's,
we have a
that's
problem.
part of the reason Fran and I are best friends is because we have the same
Yeah.
food.
You guys
taste.
can go out and you guys can order like
Yes,
because that's how
we
I want
know.
a table
Yeah.
full of food. Like whenever
Yes.
I'm like I gotta get 6 appetizers. I gotta if I even see something that I like, I'm like we're getting that, we're getting
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Whether or not I take 4 bites of it, I don't
gotta
care.
try it.
I
Gotta
need to
try
try
it.
everything, and he'll like
Yeah.
he'll eat all of the rest of it. Like I order whatever I want.
Yeah.
And then he knows like even sometimes when I'll be like door dashing, I'm like, hey, I'm getting like lunch. Do you want anything? He's like, no. And then I don't eat all of it because
Yeah,
I order
yeah,
a
'cause he
bunch.
knows,
And
yeah.
the next thing you know, he's
Yep.
eating for free. He's
Okay,
having a
so
good-
he judges the Wendy's. He's like,
Judges when I'm like, dude, don't talk about what I eat.
Yeah.
He's like, doesn't like that I like openly talk about like farting and stuff like that. That I'm like, okay, like then you're not my man, respectfully. In my mind, I'm like, if you can't get behind that, like that's just me.
Yeah, yeah.
Point blank,
Yeah.
that's just me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you just don't get me.
Yeah.
You don't get me. I'm so deep, you don't get me. And then all of a sudden, like one day, like we were butting heads, I feel like a lot in that, like, and he would kind of get tested with it because he thought he was being funny, but I was like, I'm not like in the sense of humor.
Right,
like
right,
I don't,
right.
you know, he would be joking about stuff or like just always giving me a hard time. And it was like to the point where I'm like, it's too much. Like we're never having an easy time, me and you. It's always just a hard time. You're always giving me a hard time. And then all of a sudden, like one day, I remember like I was leaving for Hawaii and I was like, I kept on like, because he would call me too and he would like randomly give me, I call it cold calling. I never had an office job, so I'm like, he's
Yeah.
cold calling me.
Yeah.
Why is he cold calling me? Like I'd be like randomly see him calling me and I'm like, we don't know each other like that.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
the
yeah.
fuck does this guy want
This
from
is
me?
like basically receiving a random.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm not answering that.
I'm like,
Random
okay,
number?
like, dude, like we've hooked up a couple times, like chill on that. Like, what do you
Yeah.
call me for? Midday asking if I want to go for a walk.
Yeah.
But then next thing you know, I started calling him and I was like, wait, I think I like this man. And next thing you know, now we're just like 2 peas in a pod.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I feel like I never really dated men who like match my energy in the same like sense of like they're actually funny and they're good looking and they have like really great attributes. And I feel like usually that's why I write people off. If like you're good looking, immediately you're a no.
Right.
I like men that are a little bit ugly, and so I was like, he was good looking. He had a good body. I was like, oh my god, give me a break. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
This guy
already
must love
disinterested.
himself, like the
Yeah.
whole thing. Yeah,
he must
yeah.
be self-obsessed, but he truly is so funny. And like, I don't know, I feel like we pair really well together. Except for like when we're both very passionate people, which I think is like one of the best things. But also like then when we beef, it's like the beef will come out of nowhere and it'll be so hard, and then we'll like look at each other and be like, okay, fine, it's over.
Yeah.
Let's call truce. It's
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know
Passionate.
either of you, but I know you from watching you, and
Yeah.
I love you two together. I think
Thank
it's
you
so
so much.
funny. I think it's sweet. I feel like just from what I can see is that like you are totally yourself in front of him with the videos,
Yeah.
which is really nice.
Oh,
It's always the most important.
And I feel like I've like let him become himself a lot. Like I feel like when he always like talks about his like past relationships and stuff like that, I'm like, wait, like hold up, like you don't seem like. He was always like, wow, like I've never dated someone who's like actually my best friend. Like you're actually my best
Yeah.
friend. I'm like, duh. Like, what did you think? And I feel like he hasn't ever experienced like letting himself loose like that.
Yeah.
Be himself, yeah.
Be himself. And I'm like, wait, you're actually like you're funny. Like I didn't think. Because we're very different, come from very different backgrounds in the same sense. Like he got high education, was like going to private schools. I'm like, Mama, I went to community college. Like I can't relate to this. But then I'm like, wait, we actually have a lot of middle ground where we're actually way similar than I thought.
Aww.
Well, it is so cute, and I feel like you have been so open about it, which is so fun to watch. Which is why Verena and I were talking about it. It's like people that have the ability to share online. Like we respect it so much because like. I get nervous about posting like an opinion on a TV show. People are gonna get mad at me. Like it's just like it's crazy to me. So how do you compartmentalize? What do you do? Like if you post something, are you like reading the comments? Are you not? Like are you like I post it and I forget about it?
I think a little bit of both.
Yeah.
I think there's some things that like I know when I'm posting it, like this is gonna maybe ruffle some feathers. But then sometimes there's ones where you're like, yo, holy shit, I didn't think anyone would care about this, and it got people talking, and you're kind of like. But now I think I kind of do separate it a little bit, and I think like going to therapy, my therapist was like, you got to separate the art from the artist.
Right.
And ever since she said that to me, I was like, you're right. You're
So
right.
true.
Like ever since
Separate the influence from the influencer.
the influence from the influencer. Now I'm like, okay, now I can kind of take a step back, and I don't really read comments as much.
Yeah.
I used to be like post a video, obsessively seeing every comment that came in and like, oh my God, what are people thinking?
Yeah.
Now it's really not so much like I'll post a video, I'll forget about it, then I'll go and be like, oh, what are people saying? Okay, it's okay. But like recently me and Bobby like started posting these like long form YouTube, and long form's always scary. Like, because people like to take long form and run with it. Like, even more so than a short video.
Yeah.
I feel like when you just start talking, that's when you're giving people like a lot of space to like speculate.
Right.
Yeah.
Or you post your own long form and then other people take it and make it short form. And then you're like, why?
Then you're like, whoa, don't do that,
I'm
don't
like,
do that.
why is this 20-second clip from my 20-minute YouTube video now on TikTok?
Yeah.
Like, it's not.
Someone clipped one of the like things that we had posted, and like luckily, I mean, it got perceived well. But I was kind of nervous because I feel like me and Bob's like our sense of humor, like we do. I think that's what's hard too. Is a lot of my stuff, although it is me, it's a bit. It's like a really heavy bit that I do that I like. Yes, it is a side of me, but like I feed into it when I'm on camera. You know, I'm an entertainer.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
of
I'm an entertainer, but like
I'm a personality.
I'm a personality. It's like
I'm a personality.
it's me, but it's not me. Like whenever I'm like, usually whenever it's like me and Bobby, whatever, like. But I feel like when we're on camera, like we really turn on both of our bits of like I'm a little sassy. It just naturally happens, and he does the same thing. Like we just kind of feed into these like characterizations of ourselves, I guess.
Yeah.
That like. I like mess with him a lot, and I'm like, oh my God, are people gonna be like, she's so fucking mean to him? Because some of the clips, like, it kind of looked that way, and I'm like, I swear to God, like, it's like this bit that we do, but people don't really necessarily know that, and they're looking into it, and then I'm like, first of all, whoever feels bad for a man, not me.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
you know, people are like, can't even watch this. Like, she was kind of mean to Bobby. I'm like, wait, was I? And I'm like, Bobby, was I mean to you? And he's like, no, I think it's like your bit. And I'm like, I know, but like people, I don't know, like
People
if
are not
everyone
picking
gets
up on it,
that
yeah.
it's a bit, and they think that I'm like just genuinely being mean to you, but it's like it's kind of like our cool little sassy, like I'm a diva, and he
Right.
loves that I'm a diva.
Yeah.
Isn't
You know?
that
Yeah.
the worst though when somebody pops in and is like you said, like, oh, I feel so bad for Bobby. Like, what do you mean you feel bad for Bobby?
I mean, but he's doing pretty
He's
good.
just fine, okay?
Yeah, Bobby's doing damn well, okay?
He's fed, he's happy. Like
Yeah.
Bobby
Yeah.
got a smile on his face. I'm like, trust me, my boy is good.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not gonna
Yeah.
worry about him. The fact
Exactly.
like he's like in handcuffs, like tied to a bed, like
Yeah.
she's so mean to him. I'm like,
you let him out sometimes on
I
Tuesdays.
let him out every
like,
once
it's
in a
fine,
while
Yeah.
when he does on his good behavior days.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he's good.
Yeah. No, that is the thing though, that people see such a short video like a TikTok or even like a long YouTube video. You know, we talk for 3 times a week, probably 2 hours each episode.
We don't shut up.
Right. We don't shut up. But that is still not 24 hours in a day. So like sometimes people will see someone like you who shares so much, they think they know everything about you. But really, you know, like you said, it's a lot of it is
I'm like, y'all know
playing
nothing.
to it.
I'm a lot more calm in my everyday life. You guys don't get it. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
because I do post, I feel like I post videos when I'm in this energy of like,
exactly.
Yeah.
But like whenever I'm like at home and I feel like when I'm hanging out with my friends, I have these moments like when I'm telling stories and I'm that entertainer side of me is coming out where I'm like, but then I feel like a lot of time like I'm actually way more boring. Like Bobby said that, and I think it's so interesting that like one of Bobby's things that he really liked about me was like, wow, you're like so much more of a person, like a deeper person
Yeah.
than I ever would have thought. And I'm like, well, what would ever give you the vibe that I was? And he's like, I don't know. I guess just like watching videos and seeing that you're always like, you know, going off and you're in this
Right.
mindset. And then when I started to like actually hang out with you and got to know you on this deeper level, he's like, you're actually like more intelligent than a lot of my like friends and a lot of the people that I knew that I went to school with, that in my mind I'm thinking like these people are educated and they're this, that, that. And I
That
was like,
doesn't always mean.
I'm like, baby,
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
don't worry. Trust me, I got that side of me. Yeah, I can bring it out. I can bring it
Like,
out.
it's here.
But it's like people think because you're entertaining, it's like, oh, that's you must be dumb or
Right,
you must.
either that
Yeah.
or you're
they
like
think
doing
it's
that
you
all the time. They're like, it's
24/7.
you
I've had people
24/7.
who have met me who have said, oh, she's quiet, because I could be very loud on the podcast. She's quieter than I thought. She's more shy than I thought. Well, it's like, well, I'm not going to be screaming 24/7 when I first meet you. Like
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
get to know me,
You know, you're like,
obviously,
"Ah!"
right?
Yeah,
Like that would be so
like,
obnoxious,
what?
like you know. But obviously, when you're like when you're going to entertain, you're putting,
turn it on.
you're turning
Yeah.
it on for the cameras.
Even like I feel like at bars, it's like I don't know. People think that I'm like hanging from the rooftop, like grinding
the chandelier.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, at bars, I'm like this. Yeah, trying not to make eye contact with people because also usually I'm high, so I'm like,
Right, then
But then someone comes up to me, but then I'm
Yeah.
like, then I turn it on because
Yeah,
the thing
yeah.
is, I feel like there's a lot of people. I was just talking about this that are like influencers that low key, like you meet them and you're like, but like they're like dead silent or like they can't hold a conversation. I'm like, you need to find another job, baby.
Yeah.
You need to be like, come on, we need to turn it on a bit. You know,
I know,
be an
yes.
entertainer. Like if
Yeah.
you're gonna pick up that phone, and you can talk to your phone. You should be able to talk to someone when they come up to you and
Right.
say, hey, I love your videos. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm good at like being like, oh my god, making
Yeah.
conversation. I've seen some people interact with like their audience, and I'm like. Okay, you guys, this is
Yeah.
kind of awkward.
Yeah, like that's a no-no. Like these are
yeah.
the people that are
That are,
like,
like,
why you have your job.
Like you can take 5 minutes to like actually act like you give a fuck. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not the hardest thing in the world. You know?
Oh, I love meeting our listeners. It's like
Yeah.
the best part of the job. It's
And
like
you feel like you kind of know them already. Like
right.
this
And
weird.
you guys have the same interests because if they
Yes.
like what you're talking about, then you have the same interests as them.
I think that's what I find so interesting is I was telling this to my I was like having like a thought. I was like, took an edible and I was having a thought and I was like, yo, it's actually kind of crazy to think about when I'm talking and like picking up my phone compared to like when I first started. I'm just like kind of posting videos out there to God knows who. I didn't even know who I was posting to. It was just kind of like, and now it's so weird that I can like take a video and in my mind, like when I'm posting it, there's a group of people that I know I'm posting to. Do I know them? No. Do I know the individuals that I'm posting to? But in my mind, there's this community that I'm like, oh, they're
These are
gonna
our
get
friends.
it.
Yeah.
They'll get it.
Yeah.
Yes,
and like,
absolutely.
it's like, who is they? I
Yeah,
don't know.
I don't know.
But I know.
But
And then
they're
when I
there.
meet them in real life, I'm
Yeah.
like, people will be like, oh my God, is it like weird that I know about your dog or I know? And I'm like, no, it makes me feel like so seen. Like if you're gonna talk about, because then there's the other side though, of people being like, oh my God, like I fucked your ex-boyfriend.
Okay,
and it's
I
like,
saw that though, and that pissed me off when you talked about that. I
It
was like, I don't
happens
understand that
all of the
don't
time.
I don't get that
why
because listen,
girls do. I don't know
Like-
why girls, but by the way, even like girls who do that to people that aren't like known people. Like I've had that
Like, are
happen.
you normal?
In like
It's-
friends, in
no.
like friend
right,
groups.
it's really weird.
It's
So like today,
whack.
Fran brings Olive because she knows that you love animals. So that's like
Yeah.
really not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's like, oh, you're seen.
get it. Yes,
you
I
get it.
feel
You're seen.
seen.
But for somebody to be like, I fucked your ex.
Like, what
I've
does that
seen
gotta
you
do
make
with
videos about
dating
that,
or
and
anything?
I genuinely
And
do
like,
not
what
understand.
do they expect? Truly, what do they expect you to say when they say
and
it
did
to you?
happen? No, like I'm like
What
literally
is
like,
your what is your
I like
reaction
that.
supposed to be?
I had the situation. This was like at my friend's going away party, right? She like invited this girl who she had kind of met like once or twice, and because she wanted to see her before she left, and she's very
Yeah.
young. She's like 21. She's a sorority girl, like UT, whatever. Like we're all 25, which there is a big age gap there. Okay,
Yeah.
like I feel like mentally the things at 21 versus 25, like.
yeah, they're very different.
So she shows up to my friend's like going away party, and she's talking shit about her roommate, and I'm like all ears, right? Because I'm nosy. I'm hearing it. She's bitching about her roommate. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay. And then she's like, eventually, then she starts to break. She goes, and she wants to be like you. She literally cut her hair like you. She wants to be you. And all of a sudden, I'm kind of flattered. I'm like this. I'm kind of like this. I'm twirling my hair. I'm like, wait, really? And I go, and she probably fucks my ex too. Kid you not? This 21-year-old girl looks at me. She goes, and she does. She literally does fuck your ex. She does. And like he comes over and. Dead ass, I was like,
my
wait,
God.
I was kidding. That's the last time I ever joke with you bitches again.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I was like sick to my stomach. I was like, why do y'all gotta tell me this? That like I was joking. Can we just go
yeah.
along? No, like it's stuff like that where I'm like, Austin is unreal. It's like a fake place.
Yeah, that
It's too
is
small.
really just next level
Sickening.
bizarre.
No,
I felt
Right?
that
and
like
it's
when
like a
that
level
one
of
And she
Netflix
was
show
so
about dating on
excited to-
Netflix came out. Do you remember that?
Which
It was on what was it? Wasn't there? It was like was it Netflix or something else? There was about dating in Austin.
was it
all moved
was
to
it, was it
Austin?
20 somethings or
Yeah,
was it that show?
20. What the fuck was it called? 20 something.
I think it might have been 20 somethings, but I think it only got like one season.
It did, but I watched it.
Dead ass? Was it good?
And I watched it and I was like, ooh, Austin's a small city. Like
so
because
small.
even then they all talked about like being in the same bars and like so and so seeing this person and like you're acting different in the bar than you do when the
Yeah.
cameras are up and like blah blah blah.
Whenever I tell you, like this was even last week, right? Where like I'm like, this is the type of shit that I'm like, get me the fuck out of the city. We're at this like thing called First Thursdays. It's just like a once a month type thing. My boyfriend was actually performing, right? I'm like, okay, this is sick, and he had a whole band situation going on. I was like, this is great. We walk in, and immediately I like see like my ex boyfriend in the corner. I'm like, okay,
yeah.
good, noted. He's here, whatever. Like weird, just already small. This like my group of friends was coming to meet us, right? And they're like, oh, we're bringing. I had an intuition. My intuition is never wrong. Never wrong. I get this sick feeling. My friend's like, oh, we're on our way. I go, who's we? Because I thought it was just you and the other girl coming. I'm like, who is we?
Yeah, right,
like,
right.
and she goes, oh, like our one other friend's coming. Like, we kind of know her, kind of don't. Immediately I have this feeling where I'm like, I just feel like this is going. I don't know why. I have this like sickening feeling come over me where I'm like, something's gonna happen. I don't get a good vibe. So my two friends show up and I see them and I'm like, oh, I don't know where the other girl is. And I see in the corner of my eye like this girl like going and hugging my ex and I'm thinking like, oh, that's friends with her. Well, then she comes and walks over to the group after and I'm like, wait, hold up. she's like with my friends, like this girl's like friends with like I don't know if she's seeing my ex and she's friends with my friends. Immediately I'm like, dude, this is like my nightmare rotation right now going on. I'm like, and so I'm kind of like, and my friends are looking at me like they have this oh shit moment of like, we didn't know that she knew them. Like we didn't know it was gonna be one of those situations. Because then all night the girl was like bouncing in between
going back and forth
and that group. And now I'm like,
now it's like too much paying attention to. Now you have to pay attention to that group because you're seeing her bounce back and forth. Meanwhile, you could have just ignored.
Right. Then now I'm like, this is weird because then you're going missing, and then I know you're coming back, and I'm like, are you talking about? It just like then when my boyfriend was performing, then she was like becoming like the whole best friend thing where she was like, oh my god, he does this. She's like, wow, this is like I'm gonna become. She kept on saying like I'm gonna become a groupie. I'm gonna become a groupie. And I was like, girl, you're messing with that ex. Now you're trying to fuck with my boyfriend. This is all entirely too much. Like you are giving me.
Weird
and so then
thing to say.
she went up to my friends and weird, and like she was going on and on about like I'm gonna be. Let me know. I'll go to all the shows. I'll go to all the shows.
You're like no.
I was like, no,
got
it's
a
okay.
fan.
It's okay, babe. I was like, you don't got to. You don't got to.
How about
she like called
get
up my
your
friends
guy
and was
friends
like,
to come
why
to
didn't you
shows?
guys come up? Why didn't you guys come up and say hi to my friends? And well, then my friends are like, oh, that's Ken's ex and we're not trying to like hang with her ex-boyfriend. Like that's just weird, right?
Yeah.
She's like, oh my God, I don't even know him like that. They're like, okay. But then all night she's doing the whole like going back and forth. And now my friends are like, we didn't really know her all that well to begin with. Now this is giving us weird vibes. So they go up to another bar. She ends up going with them. And then she's like, once again, trying to pull my friends into that same group. And my friends are like, what are you not understanding of like,
we do not want to
hang with this man.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, you can be friends with them, but we're not all trying to do the whole, but it's very small like that. And it's very, and then also I was just like getting like, I was just like weird vibes of like, what is your intentions of like hanging around my group, hanging around this group?
Collecting information.
Then it makes me feel like I'm not insane. Then you're asking questions about me and my man. I'm like, I don't even want to answer it because I don't know who you telling this to.
Don't
like,
answer it. She wants to be a groupie.
That's it. I'm like, I'm fucked. Seriously.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, to wrap up, kind of, I want to know what you're doing in New York. Are you doing New York Fashion Week stuff? What's going on?
Yeah. Yes.
Deep breath.
Guys, deep breath. But only doing a little bit. Like one thing about me when I go anywhere, I'm like day in. I'm in there for 1-2 days. I get out. Like I don't need to be lurking anywhere because I'm antisocial as fuck. Like going to any event, I'm like, I go, I get what I need to get done there.
Get the pictures.
And I'm done. Like I like to be alone, like in my hotel room, literally eating room service. And my friend just moved to New York, so it's like been nice that I've been able to see her. But yeah, like, going to a Tory show tonight, which will be fun.
That's
Get all
awesome.
dressed up. But sometimes the outfits, like, one thing people I feel like don't know about, like, fashion week stuff, because I feel like sometimes people can be, like, really nasty in the comments and be like, who the fuck put her in this? It's like, babe, I had 3 options. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, they kind of tell you what you're wearing in that situation, and you, like, put it on, and you're like, okay, great.
You're like, I wanted to go to the show, so
I wanted to go to the show.
I wore what they
love
gave
the
me.
brand. Like, listen, I'm going to wear whatever they put me in, and I'm going to be happy with it, but I feel like sometimes people are so judgmental and like think that it's like I picked everything head to toe. It's like, no, babe. Usually they just give you a look that was on the runway and they're like, here, wear it. Like, and I'll do it with a smile
Are you
on my face.
excited about your look tonight?
I am. It's different. I say it always is like that though.
Yeah.
What I get more worried about is the hair and makeup, because here's the thing about, like, I get a little carried away sometimes, and I'm like, I take the bit a little too far, and I'm like, yeah, do whatever. Like, do whatever. And then sometimes I'm like, after the fact, I look back at pictures and I'm like, yo, that's the last time I give people creative freedom. Because then, especially when I like do slick backs, anytime I do a slick back, and I'm like, I literally look an egg in all my photos. So right now I'm like mentally trying to figure out what the hair and makeup's gonna look like with this outfit, because I'm like, I don't know. The outfit's just like it's different. I mean, it's a fashion
You're
look.
like, it's a risk.
It's a risk.
Fashion.
It's fashion. That's what it's supposed to be.
That's
It's
what you have to
fun.
tell
It
people.
reminds me of what you were saying with like working with a style. Like I was the
God.
stylist saga. I was like so locked into this. Because I thought the same thing. I was like, you're so true. It's like I'm not hiring a stylist to wear the exact outfit that everybody else is going to show up.
Or it's
in.
like when a stylist puts you in like deadass like a Revolve 2-piece matching set, and you're like, hold up, like
I could have ordered this.
I could have
You
ordered
have
this.
this already, actually.
I want like some cool vintage moment. I
Yeah.
want something that I wouldn't pick out myself, because I feel like I have a
Totally.
decent sense of style. If you're just putting me in something
Exactly.
that I'm like,
push it out of your comfort zone. It's like that's why you're. I'm like. Especially if you already feel like, hey, like I like how I dress.
Yeah.
But I'm hiring a stylist because I want to like
Elevate it,
do
do-
something
Yes.
different. But I also don't want to look costumey. But I want it to like
Right,
that's
because
what
there
be
is a
fun.
line where it can get costume.
Yeah.
And I've done that line before. You know what I mean? Where it's like, okay, am I pushing it a little too much, or I don't know. Like I think I do like the fashion stuff because it makes me try on outfits that I'm like, usually I probably wouldn't pick out for myself. And then even if after the fact I'm like, oh, low-key, I hated that, it's good to know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that's
It's
why
good
I
to
like going
I'm
to
collecting data on these things.
Like going to the fashion shows is fun because it's like, wow, this is something I would legit never wear myself. But then you get to see how it looks.
And then I get to like have a new persona, especially when you're doing your hair and makeup. You're like, okay, this is like not what I normally look like, so I'm gonna take it in. I'm gonna enjoy this, and then I'm gonna go back to being me. Like you have to like almost.
It's like
a
being
persona.
an actor.
I started taking acting classes, guys. It's so funny because I never have any hobbies. So now, like, anytime anyone asks me to do anything, I'm just like, guys, I'm busy. I got class. They're like, what? I'm like, I take class now. They're like, what class? I'm like, acting class. I'm an actor.
Look, I certainly see that in the future for you. I
can
feel like
definitely
you.
see
I'm like
that.
reading a play. I'm like performative as fuck. Like in my like bag, I'm like carrying like a feminine ending, some play that my acting coach told me to read.
You're like walking around with a large purse with a script sticking out of it.
Scripts
I'm like, guys,
hanging.
oh my god, sorry, guys, sorry. In class,
Yeah,
I'm
there's
working on
highlighted.
this. Yeah, like I'm like annotations. I'm like, guys, don't worry about me. I'm just like doing my homework right now. I get one. Bobby's like, dude, you get one hobby and like you won't let people forget. I'm like, yeah, because I sit around my house all goddamn day.
Yeah.
They're like, now that I got therapy planned and I got like this, I'm like, I'm a busy girl.
Yeah.
Therapy, acting, sit at home for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I really do see that for you, though.
We'll see. I have
know.
fun
I
with
think that'd
improv
be
stuff. I
awesome.
feel like the whole thing with the whole acting situation, I'm having a hard time is like taking yourself out of, because I feel like you want to relate to every character that you read, and I'm like reading these scripts where I'm like trying to relate to characters, and then that, you know, the coach is like, you actually like, you don't have to relate to the character, and it's actually better if you know, walk yourself to the character versus letting the character walk to you. Oh my god, I'm like me and all my artsy bullshit. I'm like, you have to walk to the character.
Yeah.
But I'm struggling with that because I'm like, yo, I want to relate to everything. And it's like when you see videos of like actors and they ask them questions and they're like, oh my God, how are you like your character? And they're like, oh, I'm nothing like them. Like, I don't think I could ever see myself saying that because I'm like, I would find any reason to like relate to a character that I'm like, wait, how are y'all doing that? So that's a challenge that I'm not sure if we're working on it.
We're learning in class.
We're in
You're
class.
working on it in class.
We're learning
in those
class.
classes.
Exactly.
But I could totally see it. Even like things where you get to kind of like play yourself.
That's
Even,
what I mean. Like a elevated version of you, basically, where you like go into the bit, the whole thing. That's kind of what more. So I would like to do like more improv-y type of stuff. Like
I
that.
feel like what's her name, Rachel Zenit. Like I feel like she's so
Rachel
fucking
Sennett,
funny.
yeah.
love
But
her.
I feel like everything she does, she's kind of like playing.
It's in her like realm
bit
of like
herself.
her.
Yes.
Yeah,
And I feel like
or things are based off her life.
Because anytime you watch an interview, you're like, oh, that's her character. But she writes a lot of it.
Yeah,
so
she writes
that's
a lot
why
of it
makes
herself.
sense.
Yeah.
I think that that's like kind of more like I don't think I could be like, you know, all serious. I say that next thing you guys know I'm like in some serious ass. Like I'm like, you're like, wow, that was a
That's
turn.
the trailer.
But also every time I see like interviews of actors and actresses, they're always like, oh, did you see that TikTok trend? And they're always like, I don't have a phone. You know what I mean? Like they've never seen. They've never had the internet before, and I'm like. I'd be that one that'd be like, yeah, I'm like online as fuck.
No, don't worry. There are many actors and actresses that are chronically online.
You think so?
Oh,
Totally.
1,000%.
I was watching
I think
you guys'
you're
interview
lying
with
about it.
Wrigley. With
Yes.
Wrigley, I feel like he was like not online, and I'm like, seriously, don't do this to me because
Well, I actually, I don't know. He's
he was
definitely
actually
not
the
online.
least online person we've ever
I
talked
was
to.
gonna say,
And let me
he's
tell you
not
though,
he was
but
not
just like really
online.
likes to act.
But but we had like Anna Kendrick and she was like, oh yeah, I know you guys from your Love Island interviews, like
Oh, so
whatever.
she's
like,
okay.
she's online. You know what I
Because
mean?
to me, I'm like, every
I
actor's
like to
never
think
online.
that's online.
Okay,
you
that
know?
makes me feel
No, they
better.
are. They definitely
Like,
are.
I'd be the only one.
Even
who's
if they don't
dead
say it
ass.
in the
Even when
interview,
I
they
think
say it outside.
lie.
of the
Then like
interview.
a lot of them totally. They have
Or
like
we'll get
fake
a note like,
accounts.
don't bring this up.
But-
But they love it.
You're like, okay, thank God, because that's what I worry about is like being like the only person who's like online where everyone acts like they just like read books and like drink a fucking matcha. I'm like, seriously?
No.
I don't do
No,
that.
they do it
No,
for
they-
sure.
I'm
They're
online like
scrolling.
24/7. I'm like deep in the Epstein files right now. You know, I'm like,
they're
Yeah, I
scrolling
mean-
for sure.
Yeah.
You're taking
But-
it all in and seeing
Exactly.
what's going on 100%. It's how many fashion shows have you done? Like fashion weeks?
God.
I mean, fashion weeks, New York Fashion Weeks.
I've been doing a couple. Like I know like working with Tori now since like 2023.
First name basis.
Tori.
Yeah.
I know Tori like that.
Well,
no, I
that
don't know her like
I
that.
mean,
at all.
that is got to be like one of the coolest parts of obviously getting to do
And we
like
get to
what you
work with
do.
the
So
same
many great
brands.
businesses, like brands and businesses that you've gotten to work
I love
with.
when you can build the relationship and it's like feels like organic. Because at this point, it's like the fashion week comes around. It's like okay. I'm hoping I get the invite, and because like not always. I mean, some brands be like playing games with you like that. You know, they give you it too. Sometimes they don't. But like that's like a brand that I like really appreciate. Always like working with and like I don't know, experimenting with, and fashion in general is like something that I love. But then I realize like it's not something I wouldn't want to do full time. You know, I like to do the fashion week stuff. I can't be dedicated enough. Like the girls that are like the fashion influencers, they put their whole backs into that shit, and they be working. And I'm, you know what? I'm like not working. I'm like the type that's like pick up my phone when I want to. I respect the fashion influencers like on another level because could not be me.
Totally. I
Yeah,
agree.
I thought that I loved fashion growing up until I saw people really love fashion. And I was like, oh,
I'm like, oh, so
I guess I don't really care that much.
I guess I like looking nice.
Yeah, no, I actually
Like,
just
I like
care about
dressing
what I
up.
look like.
Right,
Yeah,
I like dressing up and looking nice, but I'm not really following that closely.
I don't really
No.
care that much.
Like,
yeah.
and sometimes I'm like watching videos and I'm like, oh, then when I see like people are saying what's in, what's out, I'm like, oh God, this is making my fucking head hurt. Like I just like legit put on something that I'm like, yeah, that looks good on me.
Yep.
That's the
I'm
way to
good,
go.
you know?
Anything that you feel good and you like, That's what we always say.
Exactly.
Ken, we love you. We're a
Thank
big
you
fan
so
of you. Thank you so much for
much.
coming
Thank you so much for having
in.
me.
We're
so
so
excited.
excited that you came in, and we hope you enjoy your short little time in New York.
Guys,
and order
thank
some
you.
good room service.
Oh, trust me, it's coming.
And don't let Bobby see it.
Yeah.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Thanks.